Okay. All right. Welcome everybody to another episode. In this episode, we're going to have a general Q&A. Looking forward to it. These are sometimes some of the best webinars that we do. First and foremost, before I announce any new content and new stuff like that, just give a little welcome to people that are new in the group. Quick wave, everyone. Hello, everybody. Ruddy, Lucas, Bevan, Jerome, Nicole, Brooke, Michaela, Tyrone, Ben, Michael, and Steve. Guys, attendees, you're more than welcome to attend them anytime. You can ask for the recordings if you would like to. Just a bunch of PTs talking nothing but fire and value, and that's it. So we're going to get stuck into a Q&A today. Before I do new content, I've just made, there's been a couple of updates this week with some content that we're waiting to record. So I've just said like the content's coming soon, because a lot of people are like, oh, they want to use the strategy, which is the classes into client strategy. Content's not being recorded yet. So when I get up to that strategy in the strike recording, that's when I'm not going to just record something and then just double up on it. I'm just going to wait until that point. Just do it once, forget about it. So that's that. There isn't, I believe off the top of my head, anything else that's been added this week. We're basically playing catch up with strike, and when we get up to the juicy stuff, then there's some stuff will be redone, and you'll see a lot of new content coming through. So that's that. All right, so we did a little post, I think, in a group yesterday. Hi Jade, by the way, I can see what we got here. Audio issues, no problem. Hopefully you can sort it out. I think your screen is also like jittery. It was doing the same last time with you and Phil. I think it was doing like a little like thing. But anyway, if you need anything, just let me know. What was I saying? Yes, so did a little post yesterday. Overwhelming response, guys. Massive, big, fat 0 people had questions. So that's awesome. But I know a lot of people just like to attend and then start shooting. So start shooting the shit. Let's go. Anyone got questions about anything? Tane, good to see you, brother. Any questions about anything? Otherwise, I will pick someone randomly and we can choose something, because I know there is one person here that does definitely have a question or would like to bounce off you guys.
I had a random question about something different. So with current clients, I'm traveling next weekend.
Yeah.
And now if I get leads now, which is a good thing, but then how do you then, keep them on till 20, 21 days or something? Or do you do one session and then, say, okay, we'll start in June. Here's a direct debit form, sign it, and then.
Okay, so this is a really good point. So one of the new pieces of content that will be coming is floor to the floor strategy tweak, right? At the moment, so Glenn, you've incorporated this live. Michael will show you how to do this live when we start doing this. Who else? And I don't know if anyone else has done this yet. Basically, what we're doing now is we're communicating with prospects when they've been collected, all right, to keep them informed, right? This is where you can communicate with them when the draw is being made. They've obviously had their details have been received. They're in the draw to go into the running to win. You just need to communicate with them. Now, what, like in terms of what you said there's Jack, about signing people up, right? And then saying, we'll start when you get back. Is that what you were saying? Yeah. It's not the best way to get the relationship off to a start. However, it's a holiday. So what I always say with anything like this is always deliver everything with confidence. If you've got a holiday, guys, you've got a holiday. It's been planned for more than likely longer than you've been running the competition, right? So just say, cool, come on board. We sign you up. I'm going away. I've had a holiday booked. They'll be completely understandable. So get their first session done. We can give them a session to follow as well when you're not there. They're doing the session per week, 2 sessions a week or 3. Just give them something. And then from there, you sign them up, get their debits processed, and then start the debits when the week before you get back. So you're paid in advance for when you come back and you start taking the sessions. So hopefully that makes sense, bro. How many did you get in the end? Have we got a small amount? Did you get 15 to 20 and 20 to 30? What do we got?
You mean floor to the floor leads?
Leads, yeah.
Yeah, so I've got 23 or so, but these are leads that are new joiners to the gym, so new members to the gym that I did a consult with. And I have one more consult booked in for this Saturday. Okay. So that's a completely new lead for me. I don't know if they'll join the gym or they'll train in their building gym, which is like 2 minutes away from Good Life. So I can still train them. but there are a couple, and I want to know what to tell them and what to do before I come back.
All right.
Because when someone's on like a weight loss spree and I want to go into it, blah blah blah, I don't want to give them that much time, or I don't know. Like, you can suggest the best thing.
Yeah, so you don't you don't want to, you just got to be open and transparent with, I've got a holiday, so we'll start when I get back, get you onboarded, give them access to you or whatever they want for any questions. So if you're utilizing any communication on top of providing training, we like to use Voxer for when people have leverage, but PTs that don't have leverage, I don't recommend it, because you use it as a secret weapon when we leverage to offer more value and to give people direct access to you. But these guys, again, sign them up, give them something to do, but don't give them too much where they're going to go, do you know what, this program has been working so well, when you come back it's like, I've been billed, I don't want to start now. There's no point. Don't overvalue, over deliver with value, and that so that they don't need you anymore. But yeah, I'd sign them up as soon as you can. When is it you're leaving again? Is it next week?
Next week, Thursday.
Next week, okay, cool. I will connect you with the American guys as well. So yeah, hopefully that helps out.
Yeah, makes sense. I know exactly what to do. Thanks.
All right, awesome. Damo, good to see you, brother. Sherry, great to see you. Tash, great to see you. All right, what else? Next questions about anything. So there's a couple of things that have come to mind. Glenn, what you mentioned to me before on Voxer, we'll talk about that. These guys will be able to shine a ton of light on that, but we'll see if anyone else has got anything else first. Okay, Glenn, ask your question. What we went through this morning, basically, guys, Glenn has just collected 70 or 80 leads or so, which is a good amount for his first comp that he's ran. It's getting to the stage of converting, right? Glenn, can you fill the guys in from where there was resistance and how we want to move forward?
Yeah, first up, I apologise for the nasally cold I've got going on.
Feel good, brother.
So I've had 8 people that are booked in through the Calendly link, and it was like bang, bang, bang. I was like, well, this is really cool. Did the phone call with the guy, and he goes, is this rigged? And I'm like, it just threw me. It really threw me. So now when I'm doing the consult, because I'm at Good Life, I've been doing jump starts previously, and my conversion rate's pretty good. I would say around 80-90%. However, I've done 4 of these leads now, and this in the back of my head, is this rigged? Is this rigged? So I feel like I've changed it from like, oh, it's got to be a prize. I can't set it up that I'm trying to sell them something. I feel like I've given them more than I needed to show them, because in my head, am I giving them because I've called it a mind and body overhaul. So I'm thinking I've got to give them something in theory. Anyway, my head is just confused. I'm only giving them one. They get one session with me. One person I've offered to give them another second session to come back in, because we sort of run out of time. It was going well. The other 3, I haven't actually even shown them the package or my presentation at the end.
Okay.
So, yeah.
First and foremost, what I would say is if someone says is this rigged, that it's a bit of a, it'll throw you back a little bit. It'll throw you off, but just say, bro, it's drawn at random. You won. You won. If
that's what I told him. I said, how can it be rigged? You've won $1,000 worth of PT. You're getting. But right. In my mind, I'm like, you know, it sort of is.
Right. So that's the point right there. When we run this strategy, and there's a lot of people, there's a few people here running this now, right? Never ever think that your prospects or the leads, or i.e. gym members, know what you are doing, because they don't. They have zero idea. If they did, you'd have nobody ever enter to win this competition, right? Remember, it comes down in smoothness of delivery. And this is for the millionth time, but there's naturally a lot of resistance that happens here with this. So I'll go over it again. It's, what's up? I can see you training your legs, right? So I don't want to interrupt the flow here. But this week at Good Life, the gym is giving away one lucky member to win $1,000 worth of PT. We're going to draw it at random. All you got to do is put your name and number down on the sheet, and that's it. You got nothing to lose. Sound good? Yeah? Right? And even you then just give a little nod, Glenn, right? When you say to people, sound good, yeah? They'll say, yes. It's part of the subconscious, right? Sales, if you want to call it, technique we use to get people on board, right? You fill this fucker up, and it's that simple. They don't know what you're doing. And again, remember, this is the bonus stuff as well. Remember, act as if Good Life or whatever your gym is has told you to go and run this for them. That's what you've got to do, right? It's that simple. It's like no resistance, no resistance. There should be none with it, right? So obviously then from there, when you get thrown off, right, like by this person, you just got to collect yourself and just be like, bro, honestly, I can see why you think like that. But has he got any other reason to think why? Like, it's not like...
because he reckons he put a star next to his name when he wrote it down. And then when I sent out the message, he said, yeah, I feel like I've won this. And I just said, yeah, no, good luck in the draw. Yeah, something like that. And then he won it.
So did you actually randomly select?
Oh no, I had him down as a new as a prospect because I could see that he was really overweight. I knew that he was trying to do everything in the gym. Yeah. He's already lost 1.7 kilos in the first week. Okay. So yeah, he's been given a lot of content, good stuff.
Good stuff.
So I feels like he's a good prospect.
Right. What I think you've got to do here with this type of person, right? Continue to deliver results. As soon as you think that if he gets 3-4 kilos weight loss, I want you to capture it as social proof, right?
Sure.
So this is a guy here who's come on board. He actually thought that he won a competition that was rigged. He didn't, right? He won a competition, $1,000 worth of training. Look at us now, right?
Yeah, okay.
With him, like I always say to people, right after your session, hey, this is me with Dan. Dan. You recently won a competition. What did you think at the time? Bro, I thought it was rigged, right? Well, look, now, how has everything gone since we've been doing the training with each other? Do it. That sort of stuff, like, it takes balls to create content like that. It does. I don't see anyone fucking do it. I'll be honest.
No, I'll give it a crack. Yeah.
Give it a crack, man.
Yeah.
You post that on socials, it fucking goes off like wildfire. I'm not joking, because people just see the confidence, right? So this is the next point: confidence. Don't let him break your confidence in your flow.
So obviously, would you be putting photos up before and after? Because at 1.5 kilos, nah.
No before and afters, but just talk about the resistance around it. Like, talk about. Like, I don't know whether you guys have seen recently, but me and my team at the moment, we're working at like my content being a lot more like throwback to when I was a PT years ago, right? That sort of content. Why? It's because it's relatable. All I post is on social media normally is just testimonials. However, the best thing to show is like, I used to make $40 a week, right? And then people are hooked in, and then you read on, and it's like relatability. Oh shit, well, I'm earning fucking 100. That means I'm earning now more than what Simon was earning. Probably correct. I started at the fucking bottom. Show the story. Do you know what I mean? And I've known I needed to do it for a long time, but anyway, like with a kick up the ass, we do it. So think about it, relatability. A lot of people that are negative Nancy's out there, right? Oh, I'm not going to enter that. What's the point? Well, this is proof that someone won, and now look at him. Yeah, ideally, yeah, it's free, and it's not going to be free for everyone who wants to work with you because they have to pay for you. But you should have full confidence knowing that as well, right? At the end of the day, it's just a service. There's a fee attached to it. If you're prioritizing your health and fitness, you come and work with us. So get rid of the negative stuff there. Then with your consult. So can you explain now? Because this will probably help a lot of people. Obviously, you've got Cam. Cam, good to see you, brother. This is what you're walking into as well, bro, right now. So how are you taking the consults? Because I sent you a reply just before I was on another call.
Yes, yeah, it was a light
training, yeah.
Yeah, it was a bit of a light bulb moment for me because I don't think I've been finishing with the yes questions. But to answer the actual question, I've been taking it as like what we do with our jumpstart, going through the pre-screen, trying to work out what their goals are, and then sort of tailor the session so that I can help them achieve their goals. Yeah,
you've got to elaborate more on what you normally do with like a jumpstart, because
that's what I'm
a jumpstart.
Yeah, so in that, I'm thinking, shit, these guys probably want to have more of a workout. So I'm trying to find out that their goal, hone into their goal by giving them that, basing that around their workout.
Yeah. So think about it like this though, right? If you deliver too much, this is common 101, right?
Yeah.
So if you deliver too much value, they're not going to work with you. Period.
Yeah.
Period. They won't.
So
Why? You've given them stuff to do, right?
yeah, so but I feel like that's probably part of it. And I haven't been finishing up with the yes questions. Did you enjoy today's session? Can you see
Yes.
yourself training like this?
Yes.
It's like, would you like to see some more of my services?
Don't say that. Don't say that part.
Why would I say then?
Just say, did you enjoy this? Did you enjoy the session today? Yes. Right? Can you see yourself training like this more often? Yes. Would you like to see my services? No.
Yeah. Okay.
So don't say that. Just say, cool, I'll show you where we go from here. So it's 2 yes sets. You can do 3 if you want, but it's number 1. Do you have fun today, brother? As you smashed the session, well done. You have fun today? Yes. Can you see yourself training like this more often? Yes, cool. I'll show you over here where we go from here. Right?
Hang on.
That's it. That's all you need, right? It's all you need. That is how you. So Cam, really important, right? You enjoy the session today. Nobody has big enough balls to tell you they didn't enjoy the session. They will all say yes. Everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Right? They're not rude, right? But if you ask them, would you like me to show you more about what I do? They can say no to that. And that's polite. And they fucking will say no.
Yeah.
So don't say that.
Another
massive tips here for those people who are watching this on record as well. If you're at a beginner level, and yeah, with all due respect.
Another place where I felt like I got cut up on was the session was going so great, started to run out of time, had the next clients waiting for me.
Yeah.
And I was like, great.
Right. So basically what I would say is this, right? Roll them over. Get them booked in again. Just say, look, I'm back to back. I've really enjoyed today. You smashed it. Let's book you in for another free session.
Yeah.
Pour time into these people, man. This is what I say to people as well, right? So commonly in the fitness industry, people are rushing to make fucking money. Don't do that. You'll get paid if you take your time. Let me say that again. You'll get paid if you take your time. So simple. The amount of people that I work with or have worked with in the past for free to show them how to source a location. I have a call with someone today, right? They're in Adelaide. They're relocating from a gym. Got them in the DMs, was going back and forth with them. He's like, dude, I'm looking for a new location. I was like, do you want to show you how to do it for free? He's like, fuck yeah, I'll take that. Like, what happens next? I plug him into Voxer, right? He gets to see how it works working with me. From there, what does he want? Dude, I want you to work with me. You just show me how to find the right location. Can I work with you? No problem, right? Give them the time, right? So just give them the extra session. A lot of people too focused on closing it out. So you could, if you wanted to, resurrect this, Glenn. And this is really good value for everyone. It's like detailed floor to the floor stuff today, right? In the consult and the close section. Just text them, bro, and just say, look, loved the last session. Sorry, we had to cut it quick or cut it short because I had an hour block. Let's go for it again. I'm going to give you because you're a runner-up. I'm going to give you another hour session. Or another half hours, as long as we need. Let's do another session. We'll take as long as we need to wrap it up. And then again, did you enjoy today's second session? Yes. Can you see yourself training like this more often? No worries, man. Let's go over here. I'll show you with my little magic tablet where we go from here, right? And that's it. And you're just being yourself, right? Don't think that it's being forced, because it's not. It shouldn't be forced. It will only be forced if you are making it forced because of a resistance that you have within yourself. Deliver it confidently, yeah. Hopefully that's another little golden nugget for you, Glenn. Does that kind of help a little bit more, bro?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And anything else on that? Because the guys here.
Well, yeah. So I guess. So how long should I be doing with the sitting down with the paperwork? About 10 minutes.
So what at the pre-exercise questionnaire or the
pre-question exercise questionnaire? 10 minutes.
Right. So I always recommend people should take consults, allow an hour block. I used to get to the point where I could squeeze it into half an hour, but that was fucking brave. Like, it was really brave. I'd have to go hard at it. But it was, again, 5-6 years ago, being greedy with time, right? I wouldn't do that now. So an hour allocation, 10 to 15 minutes, minimum 10 minutes, 15 ideally, because of the elaboration on the pre-exercise questionnaire. These pre-exercise questionnaire tools are not, what's your goal? Weight loss. How long? 5 minutes. It's not, why? Talk to me. Cool. Why do you want to lose weight? Like, have you tried to do this before? Where did you go wrong? Use it as an open-ended question to build up rapport. If it takes half an hour, the more the better, right? This whole time you're mirroring, you're matching verbally and visibly your body language and your verbal language to match them.
Well, I
Make it
actually
match.
feel like,
Yeah.
I feel like it always goes longer than it should because I'm spending 25 minutes, half an hour doing that. And I'm like,
Right,
oh,
that's
geez.
fine. That's fine
Okay.
as long as you don't do what I do, which is waffle, right? Like, don't waffle. Like, I can't stop speaking, but that's, I mean well when I do it.
But the actual on the floor, it's more about, okay, would you give them 3 exercises for this? Like, because on the jump start, it's 3 exercises, go through it, and that's easy. What's your structure for this or for the prize?
Watch the training again.
Okay.
Right. Body. So this is what we do, right? You use pre-exercise questionnaire, minimum 10, 15 minutes, minimum, right? From there, this is all going to be polished now when we redo the strategy. I tell everyone we're redoing everything all the time. At the end, 5 steps to success. Has anyone not seen the 5 steps to success doc in the portal? Jade, this is fucking huge for you guys. If you need it, ask Phil. It's there. Phil hates the portal, Jade, by the way. He needs to point you in the direction of it, right? He hates it. Like, this portal on its own could take people to 500,000, no problem, right? But it's combining it with me. At the end of the pre-exercise questionnaire, 5 steps to success document, which pre-frames and highlights very clearly for you what you're doing in the next session, which is step number 1, form and technique analysis. The worst thing you can do is pump people through a ridiculously intense session, which makes some people fucking pass out, right? Which then scares them of working with you because you push them too hard. Anyone here had people pass out or get fucking nauseous in sessions before? I had it tons, right? Until I learned how to do it correctly. You know what I mean? So you just say pre-frame, what we're going to do today, form and technique analysis. You go through, but they will also see steps 2, 3, 4, 5. That comes with paid PT, but they're starting to see a journey take shape. Then you go through 3 movements: squats, lunges, push-ups, body weight, nothing more than that, unless they are already extremely competent at that shit, of which you can quickly notice it, recognize it, and put them in the squat rack rather than do body weight squats. They show you first set, you show them, right? 3rd set, form correction. That's it. In 5 minutes, they've instantly, with your help, got so much better, right? That's it. Subconsciously, then they recognize that with this dude in 5 minutes, I've mastered a movement. Yes, it's foundational, but it's been pre-framed that this guy is doing a form and technique analysis, because rightly so, I can't squat 500 kilos, right? So I've got to start from step 1. Then after that, did you have fun in today's session? Well, fucking right, I did, because I'm just correcting a fucking move, right? And then from there, can you see yourself training like this more often? Yes. I'll show you where we go from here, my man. Let's go. That's it. Does that make sense? That's an overview, but watch the training. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the training's all locked in the head. For some reason, I just thought this mind overhaul thing was you're changing up the training on the floor a bit.
Great question. Like, every single prospect we ever generate, and Zach, I'm going to answer your question about how to get people to go from one session upwards in a second, right? Because we use a strategy for that, right? So basically, any singular session you ever run with people, a consult, which we never call a consult because it sounds awful. It's like free PT. It's awful. It sounds disgusting, right? And remember, most people have had these consults or free PTs with other PTs that are not Glynns, Damos, Tanes, and Jacks, right? So you use 2-part result-specific mind and body session or Kickstarter session, something with a bit more zhuzh to it, right? Then from there, you are going to deliver the same thing always. Never change the mold, right? But at certain times of the year, at certain promos and stuff we do, you just change the language. So awesome, it's Jan 2nd. You want a prize from our hamper strategy that we normally run at that time of year. Glyn, you'll clean up with that strategy at Christmas time, right? What's the goal for 2024, right? So instead of what's your fitness goals? Weight loss, right? What elaboration? Remember the elaboration. Does that make sense, everyone? Elaborate, yeah? Like, hopefully that helps, Glyn.
Yeah, great.
Anything anyone wants to add on any of that?
I feel like a lot of the time, once you've done it a few times as well, like delivering these sessions and initial sessions, they kind of flow automatically and you get out of your own head as well. So it kind of, they become extremely natural once you've done enough of them, for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Is that your Claire, Glyn, who's there?
I reckon it was. Yes.
Yeah, I was like, who's Claire? And I was like, oh, that's probably right. So there you go. So no stress. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Right. Awesome. So Claire, hopefully that helps with you as well. And well said, Tux, because honestly, and you go over there. I'm telling you guys, right? Anyone struggling. So here's motivational pitch now on this, right? Anyone who's struggling with closing, when you master what we've just spent 15, 20 minutes going through, right? I'm telling you, this shit is so easy. It's easy. And again, the best way to sell is not to sell. I haven't even talked about anything, but naturally, you're gonna want to take people through what you've got on one of these. Everyone should know what that is, right? Apart from Michael, because you're not there yet, bro. We'll get there soon. Don't worry. And look, with that being said, that's that, right? Cool. I'm gonna continue here. What we got chat-wise? Okay. Yeah, no one's going to say that, Claire. Did you enjoy this session? Nah, it was shit, mate. Like, they're not going to, but you're right, right? But they're not going to say it. Okay, Zach, how to have the conversation with existing 1 day per week clients to get them to do 2 or 3. All right, there's a strategy for this, brother. Have you got 3.1, haven't you? Have you got 3.1? Yeah. Okay, so if you want to do this, bro, this would be a quick collection of bonus sessions. This is a strategy that I personally ran for years. It's been part of Pinnacle since day dot. It's not new. We call it half price power strategy. So rather than asking people like, do you want to do more training? Basically just say this, right? You're going to go through every single client at the end of the session with them. Zach, how would you like to get double the results for half the price? Right? That's what you say. How would you like to get double the results for half the price? From there, they're going to say, well, yeah, that sounds pretty good. Again, they're allowing you to continue, right? That's all you're getting. You just need a yes from them, right? From there, brother, basically what you want to do is just say, look, we're running a promo this week for clients only, all right, that enable you to add another session to your existing package for half the price. It stays half price for the next 2 weeks, 4 weeks. You can choose, all right? I'm going to deliver you double the results. If you want to continue after that, then you pay the other half and it goes full price. But this is a promo. Most people take advantage of it. Sound good? Yeah. Again, sound good? Yes. Think about it, right? You use the language like that. It's hard for people to say no, right? And the yes questions we always say, guys, is if you say yes, 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 what's the next word you're going to say, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you know, or fuck off, like Claire said, right? So it's that simple. So hopefully does that answer the question, Zach? Check the training out, dude.
Yeah, I've got it in front of me. Looking at it now.
Yeah. You have the green light to check it out, because obviously, and again, guys, anyone here, don't ever skip to strategies. Just run it past me. Do you know what I mean? Because a lot of them I'll tweak for you. To make sure it's a guaranteed success. And a lot of these trainings, again, we've revamped. It's just hard for me to recreate 300 fucking videos. So we're just chipping away one step at a time. So hopefully that helps. Zach, what do we got now? There's another Q. Damo, my man, great to see you last week, bro. We'll catch up again soon for sure. Eh? Does anyone have or had corporate talk to me? What do you got?
So yeah, just wondering if anyone has sold corporate deals. So like I got a friend who's got a major like rubber manufacturing sort of facility. Like he's got about 50 employees, and he wants me to come have a chat to him about running a health program. So yeah, obviously has anyone had any experience in doing that, selling it? Because yeah, it's obviously sounds like a good opportunity. And then obviously you're trying to, I guess, like work with their whole like health budget, I guess. And then what do we kind of offer as well? Because I couldn't imagine I'm going to be doing like 50 PT sessions a week. So in that corporate sort of space, is it like, yeah, like has anyone done it? Like what kind of training is delivered? What kind of value into a workplace is necessary, I guess, as well, because they are working. So you're not going to like take them out and just train them every day. So yeah, if anyone's got any input, or yourself, Simon, awesome.
I can elaborate, but I want to give it to other people. I had one close contract with a really big company that I nearly got across the line, but I didn't. But I know how to structure it. Anyone else had experience with this stuff? Quite a unique one. Jack, what do you got, bro?
I had a corporate tie-up with Telstra Ombudsman. like their employees. This is pre-COVID though. So I had one client that used to work in there, and I got in touch with the manager that runs these things.
Yeah.
They didn't take it up, but a group of 10 people said they want to train with me. So I set up 2 weekly outdoor boot camps, 1 hour each, and just smashed all of them out. I got their paperwork signed, and out of that boot camp, I still got 2 one-on-one clients who are going to get married soon. So yeah, so I got the corporate as well as I got 2 one-on-one PT clients out of it as well.
Awesome. Love
So,
it.
but the presentation was exactly the same that we use here, you know, like the one-on-one, but I just changed it to like your corporate results package session. And then I presented it to the manager. She was pretty impressed, but they couldn't afford $20 per person for like 10 people a week, or $40 by that time. And then, yeah, they said no. But the other guys that I presented to, they contacted me. So I ran 2 free sessions for them, 1 week, next week paid.
There you go. So I'd give a point on what Jack said there. Bro, we need to go and hit Telstra up again, first and foremost. If you got connections with Telstra, like you should be going and having a look at that as well. That's a massive potential funnel there for the business.
Yes.
We'll talk
Yeah,
about.
they're all training, like they are face-to-face training people. So I was still training 2 of them till last month, and then they stopped as well. But yeah, so I'm in touch with someone who's not relevant, and the other person that is relevant, has moved companies. But I'm in touch with her. She's in Adelaide, I think. But yeah,
Man,
if they were coming to the office, happy days. That group session will come back, but they're not. So that's their excuse anyway.
it's correct. It's still experience in that area. So like, obviously, hopefully that's an insight. Demo as well. First thing I would do is you create a custom package with the logos of the company you're willing to serve, and you make sort of a deck, a presentation for them specifically of what we do. So that's that. I had, for me, it's anyone else before I give Damo what I went through. Anyone else gone through that sort of stuff, like large scale packaging or anything corporate? No.
I didn't end up going through with the deal, but I started packaging it all out. But similar to what it sounded like you were going to say, Simon, I was going to make a package specifically for that business, but then also analyze like what they have like common workplace injuries, common like things that go wrong in that industry, like even analyzing just like what movements are they doing? Are they like picking heaps of stuff up and putting it down? Are they, you know, whatever the job role entails, and look at it from like a movement-based thing. And then you can have a more structured approach. Like, see, like you could present it to them like, I see that you guys do a lot of this type of movements and that these injuries are really common. So we've got this structured program to help do, what do you call it? Like address all these sort of stuff.
Man, amen. You're taking notes, Damo, right? That's what you gotta. That's 100%. We tailor it to. This is what you guys do. This is the long-term effects of what it can potentially do, which will negatively affect the workforce by less output, more injuries, more sick leave, right? Boom, and then from there, solution, right? Solution. So
and then go on. And then when it comes to like price point, like reverse engineer it, like what you want to give, whether or not you want to give like online training, seminars, combination of all of it, and then look at the time that you're putting out to do so, and then look at whatever your hourly rate is, and then reverse engineer it. It's going to take this many hours to deliver this sort of service, and then you can create a price point based off of that. And then, because if you go like online, when I was doing it, I was looking at like online training in combination with like a group seminar type thing. Like that's easily scalable. You could do like 40 or 50 people, especially if you've got a program already made up. If you're using Trainerize or something like that, you can go in, you can deliver your group seminar, you can go through what the program looks like, you can explain to them why they're doing this, like we're doing this exercise because when you guys are moving, you're doing these things, and I'll address that. And then it's easier to sort of structure and address large numbers, if that makes sense. Yeah.
100%. So that's exactly right. That is, well, like Tiny, like you said, bro, it's pretty much along the same lines as what I did. I had a painting crowd that paints Rod Laver roof. So you know the Rod Laver demo, right? The contractor had the contractor paint the Rod Laver roof, and he had like fucking 100 employees. And I put this together. He never went ahead of it. But yeah, it's about like you got to tap into like what they're all seeing. So these guys are painters, right? A lot of them just their body's broken, you know. And he wanted to increase productivity for the workforce. Anyway, you get the idea. Put it together. Price point's the main thing that's the stumbling block, but it depends on how you want to serve them. Do you know what I mean? So how do you want to serve them? How are you thinking of doing that?
Well, I guess like everything Tane say is really spot on. And I guess when it comes to pricing anyway, to figure out then how to reverse engineer, I know a lot of these places have budgets, I guess, for this. Like, you know, for health for their workers per person sort of thing. So I guess what I was going to do is, yeah, do the research, figure out, you know, what are their problems, how can we fix, and then get an understanding of, you know, what their health program looks like, how much they're willing to spend on it. And then you can sort of reverse engineer, you know, what you are actually going to do with them. Because if they've got like $10 per person to spend, you know, obviously you're not going to be throwing everything at them. But if they've got like $30 per person per week to spend, and there's like 50 employees, you know, you can really put something big together. So, yeah, that's why I guess like just wanting to understand what the training approach should be, I guess, because yeah, it just depends on you know how much you're going to price it at, or what the minimum should be, I guess.
One of the benefits, one of the most important benefits for this sort of stuff for workforces is community and like camaraderie in the workforce. So you need to be doing something with them face to face. Ideally, if you want to give them something online, obviously you've got the app as well there, right? So you can use that on top. In terms of like a budget per person, it all depends on like also the size of the corporation that you're working with. Telstra and that, man, like these people, they can't afford $40 is fucking bullshit. Like at the end of the day, but you don't want to price it per head. You don't price it per head. What you want to work out is what you want to charge for per an hour basis. And then you give unlimited access to people, to their whole entire workforce to utilize it. And then that's it. It's one fee. And it covers everything up until a certain amount of people, because you need to have a cutoff. They can't have 1,000 members. A whole floor of people from Docklands comes down to Jack's Boot Camp and he's taken over the whole freaking sidewalk, right? You know what I'm saying? So you got to cap it. But then obviously your price point, I'd probably work off of like $300 per hour per week. That's what I would do, something like that. But it's hundreds of dollars, but at the same time, you've got to remember, right? Anywhere with staff, and this is conditioning a better mindset for anyone, and belief mindset and abundance mindset, right? Anyone with multiple staff that they're paying, any staff that works in a full-time 9 to 5 will be getting anywhere between 60, 70K and upwards of hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? Hundreds of thousands. For you to throw a $300 per week outlay, which is completely tax write-offable for them, to service an abundance of people. If you go 20 people, the wage bill on those 20 people is going to be 7 figures plus, easily 7 figures plus. This is what you've got to encapsulate in your presentation, the ROI and what they can get, the better productivity, the camaraderie, like the retention of staff. Like there's so many benefits to this sort of stuff. And again, guys, I saw Claire, I've seen your message here. I want us to finish off what you're doing in the club first before we look into this, but I'm more than happy to show you how to create these partnerships. We do it differently. But if anyone knows people like this, you know, partnerships, go and ask the question. If you've got clients that work in these places, ask the question. There's multiple ways we can do it, and then work with me one-on-one with it. But it's very, very easy for them to get their return on the investment. You've got a happier workforce. You say to anyone with that amount of staff, would you pay $300 a week to make sure that your staff are they gel more, they're happier, they're fitter, it's a no-brainer. This is like, it doesn't sound horrible. It's just realistic. $300 for corporations is fucking pennies. It's pennies. So you put it together. You shoot for the freaking moon. You go $500 a week, $500 a week. and you get 3 classes or 2 classes a week, $250 an hour, and then you go and trial it. Yes, Damo, what do you got?
So, so you're selling that like hourly rate because like I did something years ago as well, like was putting something like this together, and it was advised to me obviously to sort of work out budgets and so forth. So if we said like $300 an hour,
yeah,
would you almost go like, all right, with $300 an hour, we're going to look at doing 5 hours a week with your team, you know, big team. It's $78,000 contract a year. You know what I mean? Would you pitch it to them as a $78,000 contract, or would you pitch it to them at $300 an hour?
It's 300 an hour. Like, what you've got to do is you've got to get people, like, before you even pitch this, what I would personally do, I actually did take a group. I used to work for a mobile PT company. I was given a group of people that worked for the same corporation, but I didn't market that. I was just given it. This is the early stage of my career. Had 10 people from an office block come to the park next to the government buildings, you know, at the top of Collins Street there, Damo. There's a big park. Anyway, you want to deliver first, get feedback from the people who attend, put the pitch together and present it. And this is your feedback from Chloe, David, Nathan, Simon, right? And then say, this is what we can do to make this happen. And you can also seek to get a contribution from staff. There's so many ways in which you can do it. But then you can obviously say to them, like, 75K investment per annum. And this is more, so you want to call it sort of big boy stuff or big girl stuff. But again, of course you can pitch it like that. It's no problem. There's nothing stopping you from going and trying to get big fish or big contracts with people that would equate to the same as you doing 15 PT sessions per week. You go and get one of these across the line, 100% you can do it like that. But I would deliver first, get the feedback, then put the deck together. When I say deck, presentation with the price points on it for the options, and you go from there. It's not going to happen overnight. A lot of these places, they won't go, yeah, cool, bang, start paying you. Realize it's a game to play. It's a long game. If you're prepared to put time into it, give them training for a month, right? See, and just say, look, before we even get to this, I want to see if your staff really want this. Is it worth your investment? I'm not going to do this if your staff aren't going to be, you know, dedicated to it, because if they're not, you're wasting your money. Business owners are going to want to hear that from you. They're going to want to hear that. So yeah, you're going to cost. I wish I could give you more, but I can't. Haven't got any first-hand experience on how to close these. But if anyone has any people in these sort of corporations, it's about who you know. A lot of what we do is, you know, who you know. It's what I was saying, Ray, to Daz before, right? So who you know is everything. You can get in, put it together, and give it a crack. But we'll work with each other closely on it. Is there anything else on that? You got questions anymore, David, on that?
No, not really, but we definitely will work closely on it. Because it's something that, like, so this guy in particular, I've known him for years. I've cycled with him, and he's turning over mega amounts of money at the moment. And I think he needs to do it to show duty of care to his employees. So it's it's something we'll jump on the right away.
100%. I think this is probably something as well. I can see everyone's quite engaged. Probably there's a lot of cogs thinking at the moment, with like cogs turning. Oh, I know someone who works in Woolworths, or I know someone who works in Telstra, right? You know, like whatever. You go close one fish like this, it's half your goal for some people. You know, you want to add 6 figures to your business. You call it 3/4 of the way done. One deal. Me and Damo will trial this. We will make it work. We will succeed, and I'll build it for you, and then everyone can try and incorporate it in. If that sounds good. Would people like to know how to set up corporate gigs correctly? We'll see if we can do it. No pressure, Damo. Yeah, no pressure.
I'd also say too, brother, because you've got a good relationship with the guy, just ask them if they have like any workers' compensation claims that commonly come through and that sort of stuff, because then you can use that as like, you know, if we reduce these injuries, you'll save this much money from workers being able to turn up and so on.
100%.
A lot of this is like similar to when we work with NDIS. There are a few clients registered with NDIS. Like a lot of that, it's all funded by them. There's a lot of insurance plans and things like this. It's like when you've got your freaking like optometry stuff included in your private health, you get free glasses 2-3 times or 2 times a year. Like go and spend the money. There might be a way they can get it funded by something, you know? And if that's the case, they're not even paying for it, but they're obviously paying the premium for the insurance. Lots of things we can put in, Damo, yeah?
So on the NDIS sort of topic.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if anyone's got any experience. I know very little about this, but I know it's something that I've looked at. So I know with people who are registered with AusActive, so the old Fitness Australia, they are now recognised with certain healthcare providers. So their members get a rebate on personal training now.
Yeah.
So I know that's something that's sort of coming through pretty new, and I wonder if that is something that someone has like used, marketed around, because I know they only get a small rebate back. You know, it's still $20, $30, whatever it is per session, but it sounds to me like it would be a really like strong marketing tool or a way now to sort of promote our services as you know, part of your health policy.
Yeah.
So I wonder if anyone has sort of tackled that, used the AusActive registration, had any success, or is this all pretty new?
Anybody use that? Well, one of the main men has just jumped on the call, Aaron. I know he's driving, but he's probably the biggest NDIS dude that we got. So this guy does very, very well, my man. Hopefully you well. But anyone with healthcare had anything to do with that? It is true. The only thing is though, right? Because go down a rabbit hole with this one, cost of living, healthcare, all that sort of shit. Like it's whether or not people are actually buying healthcare, you can't, how do you market that? Do you know what I mean? Do you have healthcare? If so, like, you know, you can get claim back on your PT sessions. A lot of people will just find you because when they've got an allocation of their healthcare that they can utilize, they'll find PTs, but it's very hard to market it, you know. Anyone doing anything, but
well, because I know like when like my partner, so she's got her private health cover,
yeah,
and she always says like, oh, you know, I get rebate on, you know, Cairo and whatever it is, and she uses them like once every, you know, 6 months sort of thing. So I don't actually have any private health cover because like I see that many people that regularly that I'm like, well, I'm paying the insurance and I'm paying them anyway, so it doesn't really save me any money. But I know a lot of people are in the, you know, mindset of, oh, I'm paying for this private health cover. Like, oh, I'll get a rebate on personal training. Like I might as well use it. You know what I mean? It's a way to justify why they're paying for their private health cover.
yeah.
And so I guess like that could be a marketing tool to be like, hey, did you know that personal training is now covered by your private health insurance? You know, inquire today to claim your rebate, or, you know, maybe that's a way to get people who aren't engaging in PT into it because they're like, hey, you're paying for it. It's part of your cover. Like you can actually, with us, you can actually do it because they probably wouldn't see like a Good Life trainer or a Snap trainer as someone they can claim with.
It should be down to the insurance companies to let their clients know that they can have it covered. If they haven't, they won't know. And then if it comes from the PT, it's not saying because you can't do it. You can, 100%. It's just whether or not you're going to have an audience there that has you know, loads of people that have their private health and they can claim it. Like it's one of these things, and then it comes down to the priority, right? Like I said, it's not people will fucking pay. People will pay out of their own pocket on top of their private health. If they don't want to prioritize it, they won't. Do you know what I mean? They won't. So yeah, it's a great concept and a great point. I just think I wouldn't advise putting a ton of marketing effort into it mentally because you'll probably get minimum return compared to where it could be on a corporate deal, right? You get a lot more return with that. But this is definitely like with their insurance, because they're going to have work cover and stuff like that. That might be you prompt the corporate plug with it for sure, because that will, and for them, they can fund hundreds of dollars a week easily through that. On that note, you mentioned you didn't have private health. Hands up here if you've got a registered company. Tom. Hands up if you don't have private health out of you guys. So Nath, Aaron, and Tarkin, you've all got private health? Okay, Claire, you don't have a registered company. Don't worry about it. Tane, Tom, send me a message. You need to get it ASAP. Does anyone know why that is for company owners? No, I'll tell you. So there's some additional value. Medicare levy capped you'll get someone like you, Tane and Tom, like your both income statuses are similar. You'll get raped when it comes to tax time on your super if you don't have private health. If you have private health and you're a company, so ACN owner, you are capped of what you will pay. So I have it, not for the purpose of I want to have private health, but I pay it because I'm capped, and it saves you thousands. Damo, yeah?
Yeah, so yeah, you're saying like ACN holder, like a PTY LTD?
Yeah. You're not, you're not ready. Are you PT? You're not PTY.
I'm still sole trader.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine for that. Like I normally, because because I care and I'm so on top of the ball, I'm ahead of the 8 ball of you guys. I'll prompt you when you need this stuff. Jade, ask Phil about that. So ask Phil. It's really important. This will save Phil a lot of money, because he needs to have private health because he's a company. You guys obviously. So ask Phil, tell him to report back into me. But yeah, Tane and time, we need to do it, because otherwise what they do is they charge you a percentage based on your income, and it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. Private health, like you just need basic cover. I think I pay $30 a fortnight or something like that. Yeah, get it. Saves you because you'll be capped. So yeah, that's that. Cool. Right, let me check this chat out. What have we got in here? But yeah, anyone who's not ACN'd, I will prompt you when you need to do it, but you need to be anywhere between 100 to 100 and the latest you want to leave it to get ACN'd is about 130K. Ideally set it up when you're around 100 and that's it. GST, obviously you need to register it. This is for Australian based clients. Yeah, you need to try and get that set up when you're around 70. If anyone wants an accountant, like I've just set up, I think Tash was here. Yeah, Tash, there you go. I just hooked up Tash with my accountants. There's some guys on here. I think Charmaine, you're connected with them, and some other people here maybe as well. If you need tax, obviously you're working with Dave and the guys. If you need an accountant, trust me, I will save you years of headaches and costing a lot of money. Just ask me to connect you with my accountants, and that is it. I'll give you, like, I've had 5 or 6. All of which have been nothing on these guys. So
these guys are really good, hey? Yeah, they're on top of it, for sure.
Yeah. He's good. He's very, and like communication's flawless, like pretty spot on. Like he's can't, and the thing is as well, guys, they know the model of which I'm coaching people. So they just go, yeah, you need this, this, and this. That's the timing. Like I highly, highly recommend that you work with them. I think Aaron's working with them, Tarks as well. Tom, I think, is affiliated with Shams, affiliated with loads of you guys, just if you need anything there. Okay, what we got here? Nate, I agree, find a way to market people. Yeah, 100% with that. Yeah, PT for Bupa, that's another good one as well, Tash. Like Bupa's a good healthcare provider, and I think they're quite open around like PT. I think they market it a bit that like PT can be, you know, you can claim PT through a plan. So,
I had 2 clients that we tried to claim.
Yeah.
Sorry. But they do it only for chronic pain. Yeah. If you're going through rehab or something, and they pay like $100 or something, like $50 a month or something like that. Yeah. That would be less than 1 session that we charge. But yeah, just that's what I know about. But if it's changed, I don't know.
Yeah, and again, this is like with me. They were like, "Oh, let's put you on like full whack." It's like, no thanks. Like I you know, I don't need the pediatrician stuff with your, or is it pediatrician? No, that's like having a baby shit, isn't it? Pediatrician. What's your foot? The podiatrist. Podiatry, dental, eyes. Like I was like, nah, I just want base level to cover me when it comes to tax time. But yeah, different levels of cover will provide different levels of stuff. Anything else from anybody here? Otherwise, we're nearly on the hour. Topped. Anyone? Anything? Tash, what do you got?
Quick question. I was talking with we just taken on another trainer at my gym. Finally got a second guy.
Yeah. Nice.
And which he works more nights, so which basically is kind of opposite to what I do. We're talking about with any time at the moment. I'm not registered with a fitness body, so Fit Record. There's talk about them wanting us to go back onto potentially Fitness Australia or whatever. What's your recommendation? Is it worth, because I mean, going off of what's happened in the last couple of years, Fitness Australia, as far as what they're charging with fees and what they've actually done to help with the industry, has been pretty pathetic. What's your thought? Because like I said, that's something that's been brought up that they're looking at bringing back in. Is it worth it or not?
No. First of all, I think if you want to hear my raw passion about this, pathetic is a very polite word. I'm not going to take it any further than that. They're a fucking waste of money. That's what they are. They're a middle ground body that gives no value and requires you to. The only thing that's regulated, which I have respect for, is they regulate that you need to do CEC points top ups to keep your registration with them. If you're in a gym where you don't require this sort of stuff, good, because it's a waste of money, and it's like $400 a year or something now, I think, right? So, or whatever it may be. My thoughts are, don't bring it up until we need to worry about it, basically, Tash. But at the end of the day, if you need to do it, you need to do it. It's $10 a week. Like, and it's one of them. Fitness Australia is probably who I would go with. I wouldn't go with anyone else, but it's a waste of time. It's just a middle person that makes money out of the industry that's pretty pointless without being too horrible.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not looking at doing any other certifications at the moment. There is a few on my back burner that once things settle down a little bit that I want to go into more specialty. But as far as anything else on top of what I need to be doing, apart from obviously my first aid, that sort of thing, I don't see myself needing to go and keep updating CECs and stuff like that for that. Like, it's just, for me, I'm happy with my niche. I'm happy with what I'm doing. But the only thing, like I said, we were talking about looking at NDIS as a potential another avenue, because we do a lot of rehab sort of stuff. Whether that would work more in favour being registered with them to help with that.
Definitely. I think in that respect, yes, it would, because you're registered to a corporation, which is a governing body, so that will help. Aaron just put there in the chat, if anyone wants to talk about NDIS stuff. Aaron Bettles is a client that you just left there. He's happy to discuss anything NDIS related with anybody. Have had Ems in the Sunshine Coast, Charmaine, you know Ems well. She reached out to Aaron, and Ems is now signing up NDIS people as well, which is good. So yeah, with that, Tash, though, I wouldn't. I think if you want NDIS stuff, yeah, it will look better for sure, because the NDIS governing body, they can be quite particular about a lot of stuff. I know for a fact that you've got to have like your insurance, your vaccinations have to be updated because you're working with people that are higher risk, potentially needs, blah blah blah, and everything like this. So cool.
Yeah, because I think of it as another avenue, as another marketing aspect for outside the gym, for, you know, my home studio, sort of another angle to try and grow that side a little bit, and using that, because some people may not want access to a gym, but it gives us another avenue.
It does, but trust me, like, I mean, with the growth that you've seen, getting up close towards 6 figures now since Christmas, which is really good growth. Don't, like I've mentioned before, like with Anthony, with your partner, I knew it would, we've mentioned it, we come to a level where you're going to be, you know, doing pretty good. I wouldn't put focus into a home gym when you have the opportunity at the gym that you do. I'd probably sooner look at leveraging in that rather than going home. Okay. As you can see, like, it's whether anyone here has tried marketing anything outside of a gym, it is a lot harder to grow than it is inside. It's literally that simple. That's why I don't coach it. And people that do, most of the time, they don't get very, very good results for their clients, which is sucks. But it's just because it's hard. You've got to pay to advertise, and you need to in the club. It's that simple. All right, I'm gonna call it. So I'm gonna go get my hair chopped off. Any hairstyle recommendations, guys? Anyone? No, I'm not gonna give you guys any input on that.
High skin fade.
High skin fade.
Skin fade. Yeah.
You're quite respected. All the boys with skin fades and the bald guy in the bottom left-hand corner, Tarkin, said to do that. But I thought you'd say shave your hair off, like, to be honest with you.
No, Simon, I like the spikes from back in the PT days.
Yeah, trust you, Morgs. All right, yeah. All right, guys. Awesome stuff. Well done. Just a reminder as well, if there's, like, I know you're all busy. I know we do get people liking the posts in the groups. There's obviously been great communication, great conversation here today. I really appreciate every one of you being here in the week. If you do get a chance, if you've got any questions and stuff like that, especially for the people watching this on recording as well. If you guys that can't, because you're in the US or in the UK where the time difference is screwed at the moment, please drop comments, because then I can answer questions that you guys want answered that you don't have the opportunity to attend with us like all these beautiful people do. So with that being said, that's that. Speak to you all soon. Let's go.